sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel...
Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, and Happy New Year. I hope the holidays have been treating you well. We're kicking off 2018 with our Marvel Phase Rip game. And in the house, running the show, we got Professor Bill as our judge. We got Megan R. Miller, staff writer and novelist. Her novel just dropped. Go to Amazon and check it out. Remember the R, you won't find her. That's what I'm told. We got Travis Bowles of WebDM fame. And then we got Chief and Nerd Editor Doug Vahovic in the house as well. And behind the scenes, War Eagle Keep is rocking things and making us look super sharp. Thank you, Brandon. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the judge.
Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. All right, it was great having you. I'll see you guys next week. I didn't know we were going live today, so they just said, let's just hang out.
Good night, Bill.
Sucker! We got a sucker punch. That's called an in-house drive-by, my friend.
So anyway, yeah, they're going to leave me and they're going to go play an MMO and just live stream. So anyway, hope you guys got your percentile dice, passports, and vaccine shots. So because you never know, they go in the sewers. All hell breaks loose. So, and plus, I hear that they are actually planning on going someplace. They were threatening to go someplace special today. We'll see if that actually happens. So, guys, first off, let's just start with the chat leader. So, the question for the week will be, what is, easy one, what is Dr. Strange's address for the Sanctum Sanctorum?
Oh.
The actual street address. You know that one, Travis?
No, I not off the top of my head. I know where, but I don't know the street.
No
I think
worries.
I know the street and the neighborhood, but I don't know the house address. But the question is, does anybody in the chat know what that is? So.
That's right.
Bess is actually going to have to sit behind me because it is too cold to hold her today.
Oh, is it?
The aluminum bat. That's funny.
You gotta get those little fingerless gloves.
I have gloves that actually have fingers, but they're like I don't see Ash wearing these.
Especially not where we're heading.
So I guess when we left off, we had just saved Christmas, right?
Did just say
we did.
Christmas.
You know, we had an appearance from Mysterio and the Green Goblin.
Sorry, Jack Frost is our chat leader.
All right.
177A Bleecker Street. It is also in Greenwich Village, New York, but that's fine. So anyway, awesome. Jack Frost, you the man. So
And oh, look, Bill's rocking his Flash onesie today. That's awesome.
yes, I am actually wearing my. You guys want to see a nice Sicilian chest? No, I'm not going to do it. Dave's like, no, we're going to get flagged. So, what do
Oh
you
no,
guys-
male nipples are okay.
The male nipples?
The male nipples are okay. You can show those.
Oh man,
They're not offensive.
They're just okay.
I
Though.
think
Like
I
the
should-
female body.
They're not that
You know
great.
what? I'm going to get you guys all off the subject by saying the following: I shave everything except for my chest.
All right. Good night, everybody.
But you clearly
Oh,
don't.
thank Professor
your
Bill.
Beard, though,
Oh, that's okay. That's
like
true.
how fast does your facial hair grow, man?
This is true.
Shaves it every morning.
Yeah.
But yes, I have
That's
my
what Canada
Flash
does to
onesie
you.
on. What does everybody else have for?
It's got a belt of Canadian kind.
Yeah.
It turns me
Big
into
dog.
a Wendigo. It translates to Wookiee everywhere else. So, oh,
Good
I'm seeing
jacket.
some Spider-Man mug there. Suck it,
Mm.
5 karma.
Mm.
So, oh wait, what's on your shirt? Is that the vulture?
Got that vulture right there. Power
No,
Spider-Maning it.
how did
Steve
you get a
Ditkoing it
vulture
up here today.
Hold on. How did you get a vulture shirt?
I bought it at Forbidden Planet in New York City, and now they have all of them at BigBadToyStore.com. BigBadToyStore.com when you're not paying Dave Friant to plug toys on the internet.
Okay, that's an extra 10 karma.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
Ridiculous.
Good night, everyone.
No, thank you. 15 karma. Game ain't even started yet. Doug, you know what? Doug just automatically gets 10 karma points because he actually dresses as his character. Like, not even, you dress the room
Because he is
as
his
your character. Megs, what do you got?
Bright Night.
There we go. She got some Batman, 5 karma.
She
Dave?
did. It fell off.
Oh, no. Well, because it's actually a weapon. She pulls off and she can throw it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's a batarang. What's that? Are you showing big boobies? What do you?
No, I threw it.
No, I'm asking.
She
Right, you
missed
don't
it.
see what that is?
Asking Dave.
Justice League, man.
It's not showing. It's just okay. There we go. Now I see you. Okay.
Oh yeah, now you can see Justice League.
Nice. That is an awesome poster. I know. For me, the poster is between that and what I'm wearing, what I got. But whatever. Anyway, okay. So 5 karma for that.
Woohoo!
All right, guys. So let's
All right, I feel like we came up with a plan last session, and I've completely forgotten it.
I
You
like
guys
the
made
plan that
jokes.
we had just before we went
I
live.
feel like that every time.
You guys made jokes about going to Egypt, and I said it's absolutely not necessary.
Oh, all right. That was definitely the plan I had.
Yes.
But
I didn't want to
instead,
mention it because I didn't want you guys to get in your head. And all of a sudden, Doug starts talking about his thing.
Night Bright. How much karma does the chat have?
they have 490 karma.
Thank you.
190. That's more than Dave has.
It is more than I have. I've got the least amount of karma here,
Listen, guys.
and I plan on spending some more.
But the most ticks off for power stunts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, we agreed, what was it, 400 karma points, and you could have acrobatics only when you're doing your shifting.
Oh yeah. Actually, I think that's why I only have what I have. I think I bought that.
No,
Oh
there's
no, it's not on my character sheet.
yeah,
so
there's no way. So, all right. Talk to me, guys. What do you want to do?
Well, I finished off the eggnog after that tough fight against the goblin. And I remembered this woman that I worked with who had mentioned this really nice, relaxing place to get away from it all. And I thought the team needed a team building retreat. So I booked us all tickets late at night to Madripoor.
What?
Whoop whoop!
You're actually serious about that.
Yeah, Happy New Year's,
That's when he
man.
finds out half of us do not have passports.
That's
Actually,
an incredible
really doesn't
resource
have a
roll away. It's an
Doing that
incredible
thing, though.
resource roll away.
Kind
Actually
of sweeping up the auditorium there with one of those big wide brooms, sweeping up the streamers.
I mean, actually, their tourism is,
And I'm like,
you
what?
know,
is practically zero.
yeah. So they make it, it's not very hard to actually get into the country. And I found a really great pilot who said he'd fly us there.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm liking this job. You get to go places. There's always beer in the fridge.
Yeah, I mean, it's like tropical, I hear. It's nice and quiet. There's, beaches and, I'm picturing Zen meditation afternoons. Probably got scheduled stuff like that. It's going to be great. We
Now,
can sort
boss.
out all these notes and things that we have on all these threads going on.
I don't trust this at all.
I'm a little concerned that like if we leave this, the city's gonna go to shit.
Oh my God, hold on. Underwood Sketches just made a really good point. There are more dogs and rats in Madripoor than you could possibly imagine.
And yeah, that's not good either.
Yeah.
I don't know what you have to do to get dogs and rats through customs, but every time we end up going anywhere, I end up picking up a couple more.
That's true.
Well, there are a bunch more people in chat, so there's that. Also, thank you guys for pointing out that I have my third video up for the series to explain the Marvel Face Rip game on my channel, Comic Book University.
Sweet. I watched the first one.
Do you guys actually want to go to Madripoor?
Well, like I said, I just booked the tickets while I was drunk, basically. So that's what I was thinking.
Now, Leo, I've saved the box top from every lean cuisine I've eaten since 1986. I have about 180,000 frequent flyer miles. I only bring it up. I don't want to put you out. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, Tab.
For that.
Now
My resources are pretty incredible. I don't know if you guys have picked up on that. They're not amazing. They're but they are more than remarkable.
I regard them as incredible. I've seen your car.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Guys,
I have so many.
we just had 2 supervillains show up at the rec center.
Yeah.
For the holiday party. I would really love to go. I've never been anywhere, and I would love to go on vacation. But I'm a little concerned that if we leave, who's going to protect this part of the city? No one even cares. Daredevil only comes in this part of the city to try and beat us up. No one else comes and worries about Hunts Point.
Man, did you guys ever ever notice that like nothing bad ever happened before we started doing this, but then we started doing this and now everything bad happens?
Are you saying we should
Oh,
quit?
I mean, no.
are you saying it's all Leo's fault?
Well, now Marley.
I don't think it was his fault that building caught on fire, but
Megan brings up a very good point about the comic books. There was no Spider-Man rogues list until Spider-Man showed up. There was no Batman's rogue list until Batman showed up. So there's
We bear
that.
karmic
All started with some stupid people who blew up their planet and sent their kid to our place. I'm saying.
That kicks it off every time.
There is quite a lot going on. I'm frankly, to level with you guys, not sure what we should do. So I just thought getting away sounded like a good idea, but I'm open to suggestion.
Leo, I appreciate the gesture, but I think that the crazy, screaming alcoholic with the red mohawk that is our dear friend Mosh Pit may have a point this time that may have to stay home and guard the nest.
Yeah.
And we should probably sharpen some stakes.
Like that part of Conan, where you all got to put the stakes in the dirt. Get the horses.
It's a steak. Damn it, I'm too American.
I was thinking a little bit smaller, just the right size for a vampire.
do me a favor, spot me a 50. I'll go get some wood and start sharpening stakes. Maybe like an extra 10 to buy a knife with.
So we're gonna trust.
Here's 100. Get some pizza too.
We're gonna trust the flammable guy to grab wood.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he's gonna have to burn them too to harden them.
Yeah. Fire treated.
I'm gonna like burn little crosses into the backs. It's gonna be great. It'll be lit.
And get me a black cherry New York seltzer while you're at it.
As you wish.
All right.
Ooh, a New York seltzer.
But
They just call them seltzer. Just a black cherry
Oh,
seltzer.
man. I missed those.
Did you just say black cherry? Doug,
Yeah.
man, you and me, like, we gotta hang out one of these days.
We had one of those vending machines in my school in like 4th grade. We had a New York seltzer machine.
Oh, nice. Those little chub packs.
Mhm.
Ooh, and do you remember Mystic? The drink Mystic, the grape cherry was absolutely the best.
And clearly Canadian.
No, dude, I'm American. I grew up.
They just call it clearly
He
out there.
he grew up in Asbury Park,
Right?
Jersey.
I grew up all over the states: New Mexico, Florida, Ohio. I moved around a lot. That's why you guys are my only friends.
So we followed a lead to an occult guy that was hooking us up and gave us some information and told us about that place that was from Egypt. And we found out both of our dudes had the mark.
Okay, so let's.
Oh, yeah, it was Satan, right?
Huh?
It was Satan, right? Was it Satan?
And Saba Nur.
Oh, in Saba. Yeah.
Oh man, yep. So what happens is you guys found out that there's a huge criminal organization that's been going on in Hunts Point. So essentially, you guys arrived and became superheroes just in time as this greater threat was about to rear its ugly, draconic, Kabbalistic head. So the Kingpin is now the mayor of the entirety of New York City, which is scary. He's apparently got some kind of interests going on here. Somebody's actually going around buying up land or trying to buy up land and causing arson if nobody wants to do that. You realize that a lot of this is coming from Count Nefaria and his 1/5 of the Magia criminal organization in New York City, which Hunts Point is the center of his operations. You realize that a lot of these people who he's been firebombing and whatnot, they also have the tendency to have these little tattoos somewhere on their body in different various sizes, much like the one that War Eagle Keep is showing us, Brandon. This is the symbol of the clan Aqaba from ancient Egypt. It actually comes from the outskirts of the Valley of Kings. So, and this does have some relation to En Sabah Nor, which anybody who's familiar with this in the Marvel Universe is the Lord Apocalypse. So, all of that. And then it turns out that there's also some kind of vampiric activity because someone somewhere has apparently hired Hydra to awaken Dracula, Count Dracula himself. And now he's made his way here to Hunts Point as well. So what do these all have in connection with each other? Back to you guys.
So again, what did all these have in connection with each other?
I don't remember Hydra. That's the first I've heard of that.
The Hydra situation was all of those little tidbits that I showed you at the beginning or the end.
Yeah,
of
we
the
didn't see like
I spent time making those for a reason.
the players saw those, but our characters haven't seen those. But no, so we definitely know there's the Magia connection, and we found out about the Dracula connection. How he got here or whatever is not really relevant to us right now, but he's here, so we know that that's going on. And I guess if we did like the research, we probably figured out he's the one that mesmerized or hypnotized the puppet master in order to cause the threat from the sea. Which I still think that was just a diversion. I'm just not sure for what.
Maybe there's something buried under the rec center. They do seem to be fixated on that rec center.
Well, no, Carlos is involved with the rec center,
and
it's just an easy place to get to him.
I guess.
Although, I mean, it could be.
He didn't have anything to do with the Christmas party.
Maybe
Yeah, but
itself has a history of spiritual turbulence.
That is something that you guys investigated also. Fraginator's character, he is an occult specialist, and he's indicated that there is a particular power called, in the Native American sector here in Hunts Point.
Oh yeah, we did find that there's like Native Americans underground. So do we want to flesh out that aspect?
I think that the concept of going down and fighting vampires without our occult specialist makes me nervous.
Well, we haven't been very good about finding the vampire anyway, so I wouldn't really worry about it.
I saw him. I swear.
We know, Leo. We know.
Yeah, sure you did.
Pats on the head.
Yeah.
I did. I saw him.
We're having him committed.
A special room made out of rubber and a really cool nude swag jacket with the sleeves in the back.
Yeah, that doesn't sound so bad.
Oh, and also like the mafia guy, right? We haven't really pursued him yet either. I think it's time we talk to that mofo.
Yeah, we were trying to think of a way to approach him once, but we didn't come to a consensus. We were gonna confront him at a restaurant and stuff.
Oh yeah, we were gonna assault him.
Maybe it's time to just kick in the door. Oh wait a minute, that would have been a way better idea if you hadn't revealed your secret identity.
All right, look, I'm always down for kicking in the door. And I was never trying to pretend that I was anybody else.
Yeah, but Leo's got he's got a business and interest in the city.
But
I think him off as the bad guy.
Yeah, I don't think we had enough. We didn't feel like we had enough solid evidence to confront him head on either.
We can
I
don't know what we've got that we can actually be say apocalypse is nigh.
I hope not.
I don't know that I can shove that.
He's a tough customer.
We can eavesdrop on him. We can surveil him. We could,
Good.
We could check
Ash
it.
could burn down his house.
I definitely think that.
How does it feel? How do you like having your house burned down?
This is what I'm talking about.
Hey.
There's a few options before arson. Is all I'm saying.
I'm listening. And we got a solid backup plan.
I definitely would rather shake down some white collar weirdos than go into the sewers and fight lizard men and horrifying undead children and potentially the Lord of Vampires. If so.
I like where you're going with that line, Tab.
At least not without our diet Doctor Strange that we befriended, who may or may not be made of dark matter.
Chat has got some great suggestions.
Kind of gives me the creeps. That's all I'm saying.
Squeak Wolf. Squeak squeak.
I see Battle Cat.
Oh no. But
Try to
you
buy
know,
some land the Kingpin wants.
we've been trying to nail down Count Nefaria. We've been trying to nail down the mob aspect of this for weeks without much success. And other than basically a good old-fashioned up-all-night stakeout, I can't think of anything. And I think I do have enough karma to buy detective at this point. So I could like, I don't know how that works. I could spend the points and play it out or whatever. But that's if you guys agree that it would be effective. And then I think inevitably, the showdown is coming. There's no doubt about that. The soul of this city is at stake. And if we're gonna fight freaking Dracula, I think we need to get as much information as we can, and then we got to stack up the heroes and get it in gear.
Well, wait a minute. Now, there's some evidence that Dracula's forces are kind of at odds with Count Nefaria's. I wonder if there's a way we can get them working against each other.
Have we seen that?
Say it again. Sorry.
Have we seen that they're at odds?
That who's at
I
odds?
don't think we have.
Count Nefaria and who, Doug?
And Dracula?
And were they? Somebody sent the yellow guys to kill us.
The Machine Smith.
Oh, we found out who that was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was at the very end of an episode.
Okay. Who hired him?
I don't know.
No, we don't know. Same with the Puppet Master. He had a sword.
Well, Puppet Master, we think, was hypnotized by Dracula, right?
Yes.
Hypnotized by Dracula. Magic sword. Inconsequential at this point because that's how we got back to Psycho Thriller and met him. Who confirmed that it's Indians. Underground.
Native Americans.
Native Americans. Excuse me.
That's say.
Pardon me.
Specifically,
it's 2018, Travis.
Tab is getting used to 2018.
The Siwanoi and Taino natives.
Tab says he should probably write that down.
So, I mean, we could talk to them and try and find out about Dracula, or we go after the Mafia guys. Or we split the party and do both.
Oh, yeah.
What about, and then there was a scarecrow and everything too. I don't know, man. I don't feel that Dracula gives me the willies, to be honest, to be frank.
Do you trust those old men to survive without us, honestly?
Not really, but
Hey now.
So how do you think we should go about, the Mafia? Like, do we want to try and go and ransack his place for evidence? Do we need to just grab somebody? Maybe we're looking at it wrong. Maybe instead of going after him, we need one of his mid-level enforcers.
We could try to do it quietly.
That would have more information, and we could just grab one of those guys and rough them up.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I am more about that. I just wanted somebody to bring it up because it usually comes up, and it feels like we've kind of given up bringing up doing it quietly.
Well, I'll tell you guys, in the few months we've been working together, when I started, I often took a scientific approach to things. And it hasn't really gotten us too far. So if you want to just beat it out of somebody, let's go for it.
All right.
Just to be fair, Ash.
And Marley, I can make lasers.
Oh, I knew it all along. and as far as being quiet, Ash, we got a guy that's literally a living laser show. Another guy, you're like, be quiet, and his power is literally the opposite of be quiet.
I guess that's
Let's make some noise.
Right, and then you've got us.
And then there's us.
We got 2 pit bulls. We need to let them go. We need to.
Let's do it, man.
Time to rip up.
So, are we able to get information and find out who
do we shake
one of his top enforcers are?
We're ready. Who's first?
Backlash.
Backlash.
I didn't say super villain, dude. I want a regular thug. I want a mafia guy that's a normal dude that we could just beat up.
Somebody whose kneecaps are not reinforced by some kind of weird voodoo.
Yeah.
So no porcupine.
Okay. No. No porcupine.
No
Yeah, we just want, one of his officers.
Porcupine just walked right through you guys. Travis, how much karma do you have?
I have 785,
So you literally need 15 more, and then you can have your.
which I got at the beginning of this, and I also have to add my rip today.
Dude, so would you like to start off with your detective espionage?
Yes.
So you just
Detect.
whatever your RIP score is, that's what your karma is currently, and the rest of it all goes to me, and I gift to thee detective /espionage. Make sure it's backslash, not front slash. That would be terrible.
Nice. A bunch of Marleys grab him and pick him up, and so it looks like we're using him as a batarang. And we'll just go.
And then everybody else grabs the mystery mutt because he's a bloodhound. Like, if we make them touch, maybe be like the Wonder Twin powers activating.
Oh, mystery mutt. I think I love you most of all. Thanks, guys. It wasn't easy. I read a lot of dime novels that I found in the bathroom here at headquarters. And I watched Casino like 150 times.
It's a great movie.
That
And
is a great
it changed
movie.
me.
I'm over here now.
Yeah. So I think. Oh, and I'm a big Batman fan. So I think I'm pretty set up to just detect and solve the crime here. So stand back.
Give him space to detect.
All right. So what exactly are you gonna like? This isn't like magic or something. What exactly?
It's a shame that the fedora is now the official hat of the huge asshole, because it used to be the official hat of the badass detective, and I dropped one of my D1.
If you got a yellow one and a really cool watch, you could be Dick Tracy.
He's on his way.
You could always wear a deer hunter.
I dropped one of my dice on the floor, and
I have one. I just don't want to go.
I found it with my toe.
This is wearing these shades I can't see.
Let's not talk about the fact that I'm having a little trouble.
Okay. He failed his agility roll, but his toe rolled initiative, so he's fine.
That's my check to save my dice. So I'm a spent karma, which I only have 30 of.
Okay.
So I want to solve the crime here, folks. I got a 68.
But for what?
Detective, right? I roll it, right?
What do you
don't I make a check?
Like, do you literally have like a magnifying glass, or you're walking around the city?
I get one of those big. No, I get the big. You get the board, you get the colorful yarn and the thumbtack. We run to Michael's, right? Leo runs me to Michael's.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna need the yarn. I'm gonna need lots of
push-pins
and yellow legal pads
and milk cartons.
And milk cartons and number 2 pencils. 8x10 photographs of everyone we're talking about. And also just one of the cast of The Sopranos, because that would be funny. And and then we're just gonna stump it out, man. You drink coffee all night.
Mm-hmm.
We order in some Chinese, like in Glengarry Glen Ross. The little Chinese, paper containers. We sweat a lot. We look like we're working.
What's your reason, or excuse me, what's your intuition?
Me?
No.
What is anybody's?
Travis, he rolled the die.
It's good.
I imagine like all of your RIP stats are good, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because you said you had 30 karma. So
yes.
Okay. So good. And what did you roll?
68.
Under excellent, because you get +1 due to your. So you got.
The suggestion I make is to find one of the mid to upper level enforcers to what's his face?
To Cat Nefaria?
Yeah. And that we want to try and grab that guy.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I'll tell you what. Since you only got a green, I'm gonna say that what you do find is the strangest, like you don't find particularly much, but what you do find is that Spider-Man has apparently just robbed a bank.
Well, that's ridiculous, Bill. Spider-Man doesn't rob banks.
And yet, here it is plastered all over the news.
Well.
Is it the Daily Bugle? You can't trust the Daily Bugle.
First off, there's that. Thank you. Thank you. Mosh Pit. Marley. Thank you, Marley. Yeah. Well, which bank did Spider-Man supposedly rob?
The bank. So
Mid-Bale, First National. You can
yeah, Brandon First National Bank.
There you go. The First National Bank of Brandon.
There you go.
Was he able to pull up any footage of that? Was there any footage?
Yes, a whole bunch of people with
Cell phones.
cell phones. That's right.
Yes. Well, let's go to the playback here. See, Spider-Man enters the bank, and there he is. And
You
does he look like?
realize there's something wrong.
Is he holding a gun? Is he holding like a web gun?
A web gun? No, but it does seem as though his spider webs. I mean, you've never actually met Spider-Man, but it looks like they're ropes as opposed to actual webs. And you know,
Guys, I've looked at hours of footage of the Amazing Spider-Man. All right,
there you go.
Look at my mug. I'm not messing around here, folks. I've looked at a lot of footage of this guy. The spider webs come out of a small part of the inside of his wrist, and have for years. That is not Spider-Man. Something's going on. So I rolled my detective roll and I got in the green, and I caught a report that Spider-Man robbed a bank.
That's literally like the best you got.
I think I've cracked the case, guys. I think we could put a bow on this one, because clearly Spider-Man did it. So there you go. Just kidding. I don't know, man. Now we got a fake Spider-Man on our hands.
That feels like it's getting off track. We're just looking for a mid-level thug to work our way up from.
So
we're just gonna let that happen then.
This Spider-Man is robbing it. It's just getting away with robbing. He's got a big bag of money slung over.
Oh, so this is happening right now.
Oh, yeah, this is live.
Oh, it's happening right now.
Are we there? Are we with him?
Can be. Oh yeah, you guys are all together in the light cave.
How far away is this from us?
Oh, it's not robbed the bank, it's robbing the bank, as in.
Well, he just robbed a bank. Just robbed a bank.
Things need help.
Go on, Megs.
Let's go. Like, clearly something just happened.
It's in Hut's Point.
We have it in us to intervene with this thing. I mean, sounds like my kind of distraction.
To the Marshmobile.
All right. Marley's going to do the Marley train and shift his way out.
He just uses his power just for fun now, huh? He's just sitting on the couch
like his butt has to shake as he goes walking out. Dun, 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 shift. Dun, 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 shift. So
he's like the one-man conga line.
There you go. So you guys are able to meet down the scene, and Travis, you're sitting there looking at your phone, your little PDA. You got old school PDA because you want to do some serious gumshoeing.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, well, it says that he should be here pretty soon. And suddenly you see, it looks like it's snowing green. You look up and there he is right overhead looks like he's throwing his web and then swinging. And then he throws his next web.
Oh, man. What a cheap ass knockoff Spider-Man we've got here.
Can you shoot the web the next time he throws it?
Who wants to take the shot?
Oh, what's really super flammable?
Oh, yes.
We just got to stun this clown so that we can take it back.
If one of them time it to like when he's like in mid swing and cut it, that's what you should do.
All right, let's do this.
Hey, Megs, make an agility roll.
I got in front of the pit bulls. See,
if you get in the yellow, it's bullseye. So, what's that?
I rolled a 69. Give me just a second to check where that is.
It's so funny that it's still funny at our age.
Yeah, I know.
It'll always be funny.
No, I am still in the green.
Okay.
Just barely.
Add karma.
Can I do that after the fact?
Yeah,
you just got double.
Twice as much. For the sake of conversation, he's just going to get a little singed. Like his costume goes up in flames. He's falling to the ground. He's screaming. Ah!
Oh. Someone catch him.
So-
I didn't think this all the way through.
The Marleys will all link hands in a circle and try and make like a net to catch him.
Okay, make a
I gotta make a roll for catching, right?
agility roll for.
I think that actually is a thing, isn't it?
It is.
It is catching. I think is actually fighting.
No, there's actually one for catching specifically.
Yes,
It's an agility. That's awesome.
it is agility. That's
Yeah.
weird. Okay.
Oh yeah. I don't agile, so that's a 39.
39. What's your agility?
That's a good. It's not gonna be good at all.
Holy
Just say I
crap.
don't
Okay,
agile.
I don't agile. Like he lands right next to us.
Well, it does say auto hit. So
Yeah, it
maybe
says auto hit. So what
Somebody write
happens
that down.
is
Can we
you
get
guys
that
wind
written
up
down?
timing it wrong. You get way too close. Like you get too close to grab
That's
hands.
the
and you
episode
move
name.
back. Like you're gonna do like the fireman's carry sort of thing, but you get too close. You don't move back in time. He lands on all of your heads. Make a stun roll. Make an endurance roll for me.
All right, endurance. I can endurance better than I can
Yes, you can.
agile.
I want that on-
Oh, not much better. That's a 30.
want that on the T-shirt.
It's a green. So you're stunned for a round. You literally just boom. Oh, you faint.
Our stunned is actually Marley's fighting with each other over whose fault it was.
Like you all bump heads and whatnot. You all. It's funny. Like you all fall down backwards at the exact same time, and you kind of shift back into yourself. So, which is actually another several universes. And
Yeah.
some Marley's going to wake up. What the hell happened? So at New Year's, who knows? So this guy just lands on top of you, and he just kind of looks at me like, I'm on fire! I'm on fire!
Mr. Amet is trying to bite him with a 71.
And this dog is biting me!
Sick balls.
That's what happens when you rob a bank, mister.
Let's go. So nobody's going to
I'll pat out the flames on him.
Nobody's okay. Thank you.
You sure you don't just change them to a color that's harmless?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do that instead. I'll change it to a
When Dave
heatless
plays
flame
Doug's
color.
character better.
Nah, I can't think of everything all the time.
And I'm
I've got
just
a
gonna
78 on
The
my.
thing is, you've actually
excellent
got so many
coloration.
powers.
I have 3 powers.
Yeah, but each power does like 40 different powers.
Yeah. Coloration. I've used coloration more than anything.
Yeah.
Well, I
before
did
you
get
get
a
power stance.
yellow result to change them to a heatless color.
No, Jack Frost, you didn't get quite that high in the roll. What do you call it? Oh, geez. Underword pisses on the flames to help. And it's happened, ladies and gentlemen.
It begins.
Okay, we really need to like get in touch with somebody that can train animals or something, because
What's that dude? The dog whisperer. We need him. Caesar.
yeah, Caesar.
If you'd gotten in the red, then I would have said yes, Jack, but sorry.
Why they
So anyway,
say don't work with children
you guys-
or animals.
you guys realize that what's lying around here, what do you call it? You guys realize that what's lying around here, that was in his hands, he was swinging with,
It's
are
his own
actually-
waste, isn't it?
huh?
Is it his own waste?
Waste. It's
Is it his own filth, Bill?
not his own filth. Oh my god, it's actually Fancy Dan. It's whips. He's got his whips.
Oh,
You guys
look,
follow his
everybody! It's
Like, yeah.
Fancy Dan.
As you kick him in the gut. That's Fancy Dan. Fancy meeting you here, Fancy Dan.
Fancy meeting.
Hey, we were gonna grab one of you guys and beat you up anyway.
So maybe that role was actually necessary. Like,
Is your
that's what you get with
superpower
the
good
role.
timing?
That's what you get with the Green Detective espionage role. So okay.
All right, so we gotta.
Hey, fancy Dan meeting you guys here. You see what I did there?
So we're gonna pull the Marley train on him. I'll just slap him.
Oh, and I said it was Fancy Dan. Sorry, it's actually Montana. My bad.
Oh.
Montana's the guy. With the-
Whatever. You guys are just mid-level thugs.
All those cowboys in New York look the same anyway.
Well, there's about a 2.5 foot difference between Fancy Dan and Montana. Montana's he's the big one.
No,
Well,
us is a huge one.
Let's throw him in the van.
All right.
Tie him up good.
You're
What
not
is-
even gonna offer me candy first. Ow!
Yeah.
Slam the door.
Isn't he the guy that I stole his hat earlier in the game?
You did.
Yeah.
You did-
All right, you
you're
guys.
wearing it.
Oh yeah.
Beat him up.
Can I drop Karma
your
to be
thing.
wearing it right now and tip his own hat at him?
10 karma, it's yours.
Okay, yes.
Best 10 karma I ever spent.
Uh-huh.
Sick burn.
Okay.
Yeah, we throw him in the van. We don't offer him any candy. We don't promise him he can be in a movie. None of that good stuff. Just going in the van.
You guys, okay, where are you taking him? Where are you
But
taking him?
that could work in interrogation later.
It could. Where are you taking him?
A role in the movie. All right, so do we run him up the fire escape and hang him upside down, or do we take him to the lonely warehouse? And
Yeah, I was
tie
gonna
him?
say lonely warehouse, man. Take him to where there's nobody around town and everything. It's just some old disused warehouse from my company had.
We're
Somewhere.
just gonna take him someplace where we're like borderline losing karma.
Just like put a hood over his head so he can't see where we're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll drive the van.
Hey, can you
guys
change the
keep-
colors of his eyes so he can't see?
I can. I
That's
can actually do that,
creepy.
Marley. You're a very smart fella.
When
And I
Dave
just
threatened
rolled
you.
a 95 on my excellent coloration
That sounds
to do just that.
horrifying. There's
Mimic-
no
It's
way
not
that
permanent.
scare
Never
the
messed up
hell
with
out of him.
It
So-
specifically says it's not permanent.
That is so freaking scary, freaky.
That's like
It would
body
be
horror.
really scary to have it
terrifying.
happen to
Right?
you, even if it's not, though.
I'm
That's like-
freaking out. I'm just like, all right, man, these guys beat him up or whatever. We don't want him to see. I'll change the color of his lenses on his eyes to be
I
blind
love it.
temporarily.
I'm just saying it's.
And
messed
then I'll
up.
just get in the van and like, okay, I'm trusting these guys,
The next step is the human centipede. Like, that's messed
No.
up.
Yeah, we shouldn't do the human centipede
Oh
thing.
no, there are
It's
several
evil to-
steps between. I remember something that happened in Worm that was fairly similar to this, only instead of being like magical woo woo, now you can't see it, involved worms.
The funny
I
thing is that
imagine
he was
imagine the
like-
characters actually having that conversation and him just sitting there blind while we're like, should we human centipede him? Like, no, don't do that. And he's just like can't see and everything.
Guys, I'm supposed to be
Who
the
are
one
these
that
people?
has issues, and you all.
Okay.
I'm
So you guys
freaking
really
out
think
here,
about it.
man.
Yeah, if he can hear us, someone be like, "I'm a human centipede the hell out of this guy." Just the second we get him in there.
The guy with Incredible 40 sound generation says, if he can hear us.
Yeah.
Because we can communicate like silently between each other. That's part of my superpowers too, is we all have like a private channel.
That's right.
Anyway, yeah, but to his face, someone would be like, "Montana, listen, I got a real problem. You know,
What's
I
going
got
on?
some real scary folks who are real mad at you here in the van.
I can't see
these-
anything.
These people are crazy, Montana. They're dangerously crazy, and you know me. I'm Tap Cannon. I'm very famous. Everybody knows me, and
I subscribe to you, man.
and I know, and it's much appreciated. But listen, you're in deep shit, pal.
Mhm.
And we need to know who the man at the top is, and we need to know right away, or else, there's gonna be parts of you all over, West Side. It's not gonna be pretty, Montana. I'm not gonna lie to you. And you got to get it together, pal. So listen, we're gonna park over here, and tell us what you need to know. I'm gonna get you some Sonic. I'm gonna make sure that nobody murders you, okay? But if you don't tell us what we need to know, pal, I can't
I just lost my
guarantee what these animals are gonna do to you, Montana. There's gonna be parts of you all over Montana, okay? They're gonna find you in Montana, in a hole in the ground, pal. You seen Casino? I've watched Casino 150 times. I know what I'm talking about.
That one guy does have a baseball bat.
That's what I'm saying. They got the bat. They got bats. They got a lot worse than bats, Montana.
They're gonna find him in Montana, in Idaho, and Wyoming.
Rats are eating on freaking
South
rats.
Dakota.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you.
What are you guys doing? Oh my god, you guys got rats.
I gotta get my Batman voice going.
One of the rats actually has been forging a sword out of a needle over time. I've been following his travails.
No, okay, no, I'm supposed to do that for him because
Oh,
I can
sorry.
heat up the needle and like hammer it. I'm just waiting for a good moment to do that so that he can have a little sword. It was his idea, though.
So it's mouse guard, but it's rat
Made
guard.
You gotta make him a little cape.
Despero.
Yeah, they can have little costumes and stuff.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That's awesome.
I don't even have a costume.
Marley, you're your own costume.
You're Mohawk. The best. Okay, if you want, maybe I can get you a good deal on a Flash onesie. So, okay, you kind of jumped the gun on me, but as soon as you open the door, you realize that he's just hoarded the Hostess fruit pies. You didn't realize that you had him back there. They were unlocked.
Ah, damn it! He ate the pies. I thought he had a hood on. You guys are killing me.
I've never web slung before. I was so hungry. I need the carbs.
It's gonna be the last pie you ever eat, pal. Let me tell you.
Okay, he's gonna literally spill the beans on everything he possibly can. Listen, man. All I know is that my boss,
Quick, get a pen.
Count Nefaria, okay, he's out there, man. Like he's in this address, blah blah blah. Like that's his main place, office, number such and such and such, and like this guy, man, like he's ruthless, and he's started this thing, this what do you call it? This war, all right. He's trying to I don't know what he's doing, but like he's trying to excavate and stuff like that. And he's trying to buy up property everywhere. And oh yeah, I've been seeing Underwood, but he's trying to buy up property everywhere, and then he's trying to find these people because all of a sudden he's getting in this war. Like I don't know how much I believe it, but he says he's in a war with freaking Dracula, man. Like it's just weird.
What did I say?
I don't know. What did you say? Don't hit me. Where's the bat?
Just keep talking, or I might. But
it's up with the rats.
They have mind of their own, buddy.
Control over them.
So I feel like this is the first time we have definitive. Yeah, they're at war with each other. This isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I mess up on a word, somebody makes fun of me, and I'm just saying, Dave got no skill. What's going on?
Oh boy.
So, okay, so that's what he gives you, and he says, but he thinks he has a plan. Apparently, there's something I don't understand it. Just some tattoo people who could apparently fight them.
Tattoo people. Does he know anything about the invasion?
What invasion?
The monsters. They came out of the sea.
Oh, those mer people. Yeah, dude. Apparently that was like a part of the. Excuse me. Apparently that was something like it really pissed Nefaria off, man. He was infuriated.
What do you know about the people with the tattoos? What do you know about the tattoo?
I don't know anything about it. I just know that's the little guy that just says the plane, boss, the plane is coming. That's all I know. I swear to God.
That's Hervé Villachez. I'm talking about the tattoo that looks like a TIE interceptor.
First off, 20 karma points for knowing his name. That's insane. I mean, everybody knows Ricardo Montalban, but who the hell knows Hervé Sanchez? Gee.
Well, now we know.
He died. He passed away. He was on a lot of television when I was a kid. Okay, so the point is, what do you know about the tattoo? Nefarious army. Where is it coming from?
I don't know. Apparently, while he was sending us to go and set these people's houses on fire, and then apparently some of these people had these tattoos, and apparently that's important. He thinks he can use them.
So he's rounding up people with the tattoos.
He's trying.
And where are those people?
When he tells me, he points, I go.
So they're not just in New York, though.
Well, you know what, guys? I think gangsters and mobsters are bad, but I think the living dead is worse. Maybe we can set up a meeting with his boss and be like, you know what? We don't like you, but we don't like dead blood-sucking guys even more.
Okay,
I'm so on board with that.
Up Jack, because he's like angrily gnawing at the crotch of this guy's pants, and I'm just like,
stop
man,
chewing on his balls.
You were just hungry for testicles, little guy.
He's helping us now.
They're not Rocky Mountain oysters, my friend. Back off.
Quit nibbling his bits. We need him now.
Like, look, all right, this rat just really, really likes to gnaw on people's junk.
Can we get Montana to set
I'm
up a
gonna
meet?
leave that alone.
Ooh, good call, Leo.
Yeah, I'll say that off to the side. I don't want to, I'm out of my element here. What do you guys think? Should we try to use him to set up a meet?
I think that would be wise. I mean, he's not worried about us if he's got the Lord of the Dead, knocking him.
I'm not. That sounds pretty creepy.
Problems.
Yep. I'm totally on board with you there, Marley.
Be like, Montana, listen, you've been real good. I'm going to get your Route 44 cherry limeade. But here's the point. I need you to set up a meeting with us and your boss. All right. You're going to go to the guy and say, hey, you gotta come do this. All right. You're going to make that happen for us, Montana? You're going to make it, we need some FaceTime with the big guy.
Yeah. I can set up the meet. I still can't see.
No, it would have worn. It doesn't last that long. It would have worn off when we pulled into the abandoned garage.
It lasts as long as you're concentrating on it, but okay.
So Tab.
Oh yeah, you're right. 1 to 100 hours.
Yeah.
My
Tab
bad. Yeah,
give him
I
a
would
burner
have.
phone. Give him a burner phone that's like linked into you,
Oh yeah.
and be like, "Look, we want to help you with this vampire problem. But let us help you. Help us help you." I'm saying.
Yeah, I can set up the meet. It's not a big deal. I can set up the meet.
Okay. What do we do now? Do we just leave him here? Do we drive him back? Do
I'm
we
like
drop him off
taking
somewhere? I've never done
rats
this
off
before.
of him.
Thank you.
He can find his own way back. He's got the
Okay.
phone. He's a tough customer. He'll be all right in this part of town.
Good call.
Or do we drive? Or do we take him to one of your warehouses?
Yeah, like an old disused one where there's nothing else around. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
all scared and isolated.
You like blind him, walk him outside, spin him
Yeah,
around
man.
3 times.
He's
And then
flat
let him
Spider-Man. He'll be
I was
fine.
gonna give him his hat back and pull it over his eyes so he can't see anything when we let him out. I
Okay.
feel really bad. Like we went a little overboard.
This guy's flat Spider-Man. He can take a little beating and temporary blindness. All right. Bye, Mr. Montana. Thanks. We'll be in touch.
Corn dogs are that way, Montana.
And by the way, those are not Raisinets in your pocket.
Okay. You guys succeeded, and you're going to walk away with a negative 15 karma points from this particular mission because you saw certain things, but yeah, that was really evil. Welcome to my superhero game.
I thought it was pretty hardcore.
It was
Heroic, little
heroic.
little Serpico, going
Hey,
on.
man, sometimes you get your hands dirty. It's a tough business being a
Yes, it is.
superhero.
That's exactly what the Punisher says.
I think that was the best 15 karma we spent all game.
Right?
Yeah, here's to us, huh, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Batman must be losing karma left and right.
But
Yes, he does. That's the reason why he doesn't have superpowers. Same thing with Wolverine and Punisher. How many power stunts do you see any of them do?
Very successful IPs, Bill. People love them.
Not gonna argue.
Talking about the bedrock of the Marvel Universe here. So don't see your point. Keep going.
All right, so now the only thing left to do is wait for your burner phone or your phone to ring from the burner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, which you could use. You could also use it to trace them, right?
Yeah, I can trace
I'm
it.
sure.
You still could.
Trace
So yeah, it'll probably be the next day that you hear from everybody because you made them walk.
I spend that night forging the needle sword.
Okay. So you hammer it in, you heat it up. Cool.
I think the rat's doing the forging. She's just providing the fire.
Yeah, I'm just like sitting there heating it up and letting the rat do its thing.
You are the forge.
I'm gonna rig up my super suit with a tape recorder and make sure that it is in top condition because I'm going to wear it beneath my civvies for our big meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
You get used to it. It's kind of bulky at first, Tab, when you wear the suit under your clothes.
Yeah,
But you get used to it. You get used to it.
there's a bunch up in the
Oh yeah.
area.
And when you gotta go to the bathroom and stuff, real
All
pain.
right.
But
Okay, well
Yeah.
that's why it has that
It's-
breathable cotton panel. You and I worked on that.
it's that part of the hero's journey that Joseph Campbell didn't write about. You know what I'm saying?
The part with
Yeah,
rats nibbling off somebody's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, and sweaty.
I feel like Ash wouldn't have
Parts.
actually let him eat the guy's nuts. I feel like he would have stopped it before that point because, man,
What's he gonna do with that sword?
Montana still has his testicles. He's
Yes,
fine.
it's canon, folks.
it's canon.
There'll be a little Montana someday. We didn't take that from him.
The rise of the he-rats. Oh my god, I'm so in love with this. Listen, it was great gaming with you guys, but I'm actually going to run a rat campaign now.
You're ready to run a mouse guard campaign.
It's going to be Marvel Animals.
Yeah, the Pet Avengers, the new. Let's call them the Pet Defenders because it's more the street level.
Pet defenders, they'll fight a crab with a hook.
Actually, if you've been reading the Thor comic books, they fight frogs. That's the story of Throg.
One snake, one big snake.
But I do like the crab idea as like the lead up to the frogs. Okay, so the next day, do you have anything besides the Rat Forge that you're doing between now and then? And the tape recorder, power glove, and
Definitely smoking a cigarette. It's been one of those days.
Oh, we have smoked 2 cartons of cigarettes.
I'll even have one with you.
I'm feeling very Al Pacino.
This hero stuff is
Oh,
way
how
more
mighty.
intense than I
Monday
imagined.
afternoon.
Marley's very disappointed in these guys.
you bunch of
Man,
wits.
I've been doing this for like 8.
2018, he still
A slight
smokes.
exaggeration.
I can add in a skeletal rat nemesis underwood. So, okay, you guys get the call. Ring, 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 ring.
2 kings.
Who it's? What'd you say?
2 kings.
2 kings.
That's tenacious T. Go.
He says, you hear a woman's voice. Yes, hello. I'm looking for the Hunts Point heroes.
Speaking.
Yes. You have an appointment in approximately an hour at the offices of Charlie Brown's teacher's voice comes on.
I know exactly where that is.
Mr. Nefaria is looking forward to seeing you.
Wonderful.
Okay,
All righty.
ta-ta.
All right. We'll see you then. We'll bring a fruit plate. All right. Bye-bye.
Hello, fruit pie platter.
Absolutely, fruit pie platter.
I baked a 3-layer fruit pie surprise for Count Nefaria. Stayed up late last
The surprise is it's literally just 3 fruit pies on top of each other, still in the box.
night. Layer fruit pies, layer cheese, pies, cheese, bake.
This doesn't sound remotely appealing at all.
That's in the
No guacamole.
it's in the Hunt Point Heroes coffee table cookbook, available now.
Oh, we should do that, but everything involves fruit pies.
Just
It could be
fruit pie.
Tab Cannon Cooks or Tab Cannon Bakes!
Tab Cooks!
Exclamation point.
Tab
Yes.
cooks.
Thank you.
He
Please.
sings, he cooks.
Tab cooks. Cooking with Tab.
You know, the publisher turned down Tab Cooks. I've got a couple cases of them in the trunk of my car.
It was so close. We
liked
almost made it happen.
I liked it.
Oh, who
Full
got
lot of-
paid with that? Shoot. Sir Isaac
People
Newton.
don't realize you can do a lot with a fruit pie, is all I'm saying. It's a versatile food. That's all I'm
Alright.
saying.
All right, so
I said my piece.
you go to the meet and you're in the office towers and there is you're waiting. A couple
And
people.
we look like $1 million, by the way,
Oh,
while we're waiting.
nice. I'm sure you guys like went to I don't know whatever, like the Men's Warehouse or something.
Brooks Brothers. Went to Brooks
Yeah.
Brothers.
Brooks
It was like
Brothers,
Joe
there you go.
versus Volcano. We took them out and got them all made up, haircuts and everything. They trimmed Marley's beard up nice.
There you go. Yeah.
Nobody is coming anywhere near me with scissors.
Clean. They like cleaned Ash's leather jacket with like artisanal oils and brought out the
It's
Yeah,
Finnish.
No
Got all the rat
things
droppings
and
out of it.
yeah.
Shave out the ear hair. Yeah, all that.
All that good stuff.
Now, you used to smell like a cigar store. Now you smell like a really nice cigar store.
Acceptable.
Yeah, like the tinderbacks.
So you guys in the waiting room right outside of his office, and all of a sudden Hammerhead comes walking out. He's walking, he's like in a bad mood. Can't believe it. Turns around. Don't I? Nah. And he just keeps walking. And yes, Mr. Nefaria will see you now.
It's like Dickhead Incorporated over here. I say it under my breath.
So you guys go walking in.
See what the
And-
break room looks like.
There's Count Nefaria. He's not in his typical big yellow cape and white outfit and all that stuff. He's instead in a nice pinstripe, but lightly pinstriped black suit. He's got his hands on the desk. Just kind of looks at you guys, says, Oh, the Hunts Points Heroes. I'm finally getting the chance to meet you guys. Hi.
Hi.
The sound, the music from our trailer begins to play from Travis as he says that.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you have a vampire problem.
Oh, so you're more resourceful than I thought. Literally, I just see a bunch of idiots running around the city, picking up my scraps and my leavings after I'm finished with them. But you've actually got a plan. Okay, excellent. Yes, I do have something of a infestation. Speaking of which, are those rats in your pockets?
Yes. Bite me.
I
In
think
our
I gave you that-
in our world, is that really that weird?
It's part of his therapy.
Mm.
Their support
Don't
animal.
listen. Don't take them off. I know you like to see places burn down, but you may not want to be in one that does.
Nice one, 5 karma. So
You can be volatile.
so what can the Hunts Point Heroes do for me?
Well, we would definitely like a crack at this vampire.
This is Count Dracula.
We've been sharpening stakes all day.
I open my jacket and I've got like sharpened stakes.
It's
in
like
my jacket,
Blade.
Like I'm trying to sell him a watch.
Exactly. I was gonna say, like, are there price tags on the steaks? Yo, $5. You want to buy a steak? You want to buy a steak? How about a toothbrush? It's in the shape of a steak.
We kind of like
No,
sharpen
you know what this? You know what a toothbrush is?
Say it again, Megs.
we sharpen the back end of it. It's a nice shiv.
Exactly. Yeah. You make sure you brush your teeth with a vampire to the side. So you got like little toothpicks because they're perfect for really small vampires.
The rats have those for rat vampires.
Exactly.
In case there's any rat vampires out there.
Oh God, we're so bad. Okay, so
Get him, Jack Frost.
Yeah,
With
he's actually
Xanathar,
pointing
his sword.
sword at him.
I think he named his sword Xanathar
He
too.
did.
nice.
Awesome.
And Kiana with the blade comment. So okay, so he says, all right, I do have a bit of a vampire problem. Count Dracula himself, the Lord of the Dead. Somebody has apparently decided to go and a rival organization has decided to try and stop my progress in buying up certain lands. And make no mistake, it's for the most part all legal, unless of course they tell me no. But you don't have to worry about that. There's nothing you can do about that.
You know this man is a living wiretap, right?
Make a bonobo roll.
Ixnay on the Iretap way.
No,
Harley.
I'm good. I'm good.
You know what? Let's have some real fun with this. Make an intuition feat roll, Doug, and you can use your detective.
I would.
I mean, I don't have a detective.
Excuse me, I meant Travis. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
Travis.
Oh shit.
Spend karma.
I retroactively spend karma, which costs double, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know to spend karma on this, so
I
What do you
got a 41.
41 under excellent is probably still a fail. No, it just makes green. So
The Giants win the pennant.
I'm going to say that you comment out loud. Doug, get ready for a roll. Make a reason feat roll. You
Okay.
comment out loud. Why does my voice not seem to have any kind of echo? Why is there no echo in this room?
I got a 40.
That works with your monstrous reason when it comes to the science.
Yeah, it's in the green. Yeah.
Doug,
I love
you
this.
get the very distinct feeling, and you say out loud, "You've got vibranium in the room."
I would be fascinated by that just from a scientific standpoint. Yes, there's vibranium in here.
He says,
You-
yes."
Oh, my girlfriend used to use those all the time.
Okay, no. That's it's a metal. It's a special metal.
5 karma, Dave.
That's right, folks. We'll be here all week.
Tip your waiter. Try the veal.
So,
Put the kids to bed, guys. Goodness.
So he says, yes, when you've got the famous, very famous Tad Cannon here, and we know that everything about him is tape recorders and things like that, you have to make sure that nothing can be recorded in my room.
Well, I consider that a compliment, Mr. Nefaria.
He's like, so you know what? Let's have some fun with this. I killed so many people. I can give you names. I can give you dates. I can give you addresses. And you know what? I think that I'm going to. And he starts talking about all these different people he's going to kill, including the president. Like he's just
so
like,
Jack Frost is like trying to
do about
it? Now you're just
for 87.
Huh?
Jack Frost is trying to stealth and find it for 87.
Vibranium?
No, it's hard. That's going to be out of the. You know what? I'll tell you what. I do have a number of how many bits of vibranium are in the room, and 30 karma points will get rid of each one. But you have to tell me how much karma you're willing to spend to get rid of it, which means it's taking away from the chances of you guys getting talents and powers. So
it's not worth it.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, and it's probably built into the walls and stuff. So
that's what I would do.
I tell Count Nefaria, don't be fatuous, Jeffrey. I have a mind like a steel trap. Just because I'm broke doesn't mean I'm not paying attention. Count, no, whatever. The point is, listen. We know you're a scumbag. All right, we're kind of scumbags too. We're all, aren't we? All under, here in the city, such as it is. The point is, if you and your nonsense are drawing an army of the undead on the innocent people of the city, there's not going to be any people in it to make any money off of and push around and be a dick to when you want to jump around in your foppish costume.
The funny thing is that all of the little people, like little worker ants in the world, all of the, let's just call them the 99%, they will work.
I'm triggered.
Slave and triggered. Work and slave and grind and keep on trying to pay their little mortgages and their little rents and work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs if they didn't have to sleep so much, and sometimes take drugs just so they can stay up longer, so that they can try and work and pray and keep on playing the lottery and all these different projects to try and
I read Dianetics too.
To the very next day, living paycheck.
This guy's got Thetans at the wazoo.
Okay, seriously, can I just burn him? Like, we need him.
This is that Ayn Rand stuff that
whatever you want to do.
You read in high school and then you get over it if you're not.
No, this is the actually like cutting him off to ask this question to the characters.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought he was gonna, we were gonna fight some undead. I mean, but if he wants the monologue, light him up, Ish.
Okay, no. If
whoa.
Hold on.
All of Marley's. Whoa.
Back by all the Marleys.
I invite you to take a drink from the water cooler in the corner of the office, located right over there. Get a paper cup.
Yeah. So there's like 5 Marleys facing Ash between Count Nefaria and him. Whoa. And then there's one facing Count Nefaria and be like, would you just stop? He is going to emulate you like you've done to these buildings.
Shut his mouth.
Count Nefaria leans back and he's like completely not even remotely concerned.
Look at him.
Yeah, if he paid for vibranium in the room, he must be somewhat concerned. That stuff's very expensive. Just for us.
Is he even here? Does he look like a hologram or anything? He is like sitting there, right?
He's real. You actually see, like, when he put his palms on the desk, you see a little sweat stain there afterwards, and
he's
all that stuff.
Yeah,
he's nervous. It means we're getting to it.
Do you want our help with this vampire or not? You want to just do it on your own?
What exactly? He gets up from the desk, and when he gets up, mind you, this dude is effing huge. Like, he's frighteningly big.
Bigger than Ox?
Huh?
Bigger than Ox?
You could tell that he's a lot more solid than Ox. So, what do you call it? He comes walking. He literally gets right up in everybody's faces, including he kind of looks a little bit past. Just in a moment, he says, "If you guys want to help, that would actually go a long way. I can't promise you'll survive the experience, but make absolutely no mistake, it would be beneficial if you guys would help out. And I don't forget favors. And this is where he's gonna lean in right past the Marleys and look right in Nate's face and say, even from my best of friends. So he's gonna turn around and walk and put his hand on the desk, and he's got his back to you guys, and he says, "You guys can leave anytime you're ready."
I don't have to look up at very many people, and I am not gonna forget that.
So we have a couple questions.
We're not leaving. We're ordering in. Kill Dracula, dude. Come on now.
He turns his head to the side. Go on.
We need whatever intel you have on Dracula and his forces. And what moron woke up Dracula?
There you go.
I don't know who woke up Dracula. If I knew it, I would crush him under my foot. But I do have an idea. Someone who could have possibly, and this is where I'm going to mess with Doug, someone who could have possibly hired Hydra to go and wake this person up. And a name that keeps coming back, and he's actually going to turn and look at you guys in the face. Fisk.
Yeah. And why to muscle you out of the territory? Why to push out the Nefaria crew?
All I know is that Fisk took things too far by becoming Wilson Fisk took things a bit too far by even running for mayor of New York City to actually take it. I could have bought that position anytime I wanted to. He actually ran fair. He ran an actual campaign. It's like he actually wants this. So now, being able to run things on both sides, being able to come out in the daylight, it's not just vampires who don't want to come out in the day. This has gone too far. And now this, he actually hired Hydra to awaken Count Dracula.
All right, I get it. We got bigger fish to fry, but you're next, buddy.
So what about that business down at the harbor?
That. I'm actually forgetting my own threads now. I actually do have too much. Now I'm realized I do have too much going on. I didn't write enough down.
I know a smoke screen when I see one.
What do you call it? This was actually meant to destroy the docks. This is where I make most of my money from. And yeah, this is actually where I'm getting the information from. Somebody was actually able to go and find this sword from, I don't know if you guys know too much about the true history of the world, but some people say that Atlantis used to be real. We know there's the kingdom of Atlantis, blah, blah, blah. It's actually a real thing. But even before the present day Atlantis, there was a much, much older version of Atlantis. Some king named Krull used to be in charge of it. Robert E. Howard has written many books on the legacy of ancient Atlantis and what happened after the cataclysm. But there were elder gods that existed, and one of these elder gods was someone called Varn. Mind you, I would be giving all of this information to Fraginator if he could make it, but working late and all. He says this elder god named Varn, Varne. I know you're writing, Doug.
I was curious. It sounded familiar.
Doug's always writing. So, what do you call it? He's actually apparently an elder god who were chased off long ago. And so I'm not the only one getting Facebook messages. And what happened? He so he had this mind control device that only works on Atlanteans. So Fisk apparently was able to afford to somehow buy his way into getting his hands on this lost relic, and was able to get it in the hands of by using that tool, the puppet master, to get in the hands of Atuma, so that he could try and destroy my operations. He figured that if I was too busy with that, then shoot.
I get it. Yeah, I know.
Then it would hamper my operations here and trying to control what I can. That's why I'm trying to tap into the natural magics that exist here within Hunt's Point to try and form a ward of sorts, so that perhaps I can keep the undead out, or at least prevent more undead from coming in. And their ancient Atlantean magics.
But you're not pushing people around and hiring goons and buying up properties so that you can, keep the undead from taking it over. What's so special about this territory that you're after it so
It's a land
aggressively?
grab. It's as simple as that. Like, you really want to know my operations? It's obvious. It's a land grab. I'm looking to take over all of the key important real estate properties here, the easier ones first, which done and done. And now I'm looking to take over the larger ones, to put these to give these people enough money to go away. And then I can just control all of Hunts Point to myself and make it something of a safe haven for me and mine.
Well, that's capitalism, guys. I mean, I can't fault him for that,
But what about the people ask him about the people with the tattoos, Tab?
So that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that bothers me here, Counterframe. By the way, this coffee is delicious that you have here in your office. Thank you so much.
It is.
So
There's going to be a Quentin Tarantino moment here. You talking about the coffee? I know about the coffee. I know the coffee's good. That's why I don't let Donnie buy the coffee, because the coffee sucks. The coffee's really good.
Bonnie buys this.
Bonnie, there we go. Thank you.
And you buy the good stuff because you like to taste it. I know. Okay, so here's the thing. It all sounds good, and you're looking at your new vampire hunters. As far as I'm concerned, we're hired. And we're on the payroll as far as I'm concerned. But this is the thing. You're lining up these guys with these tattoos. Something about Egypt. They look like little spaceships with the red tattoos there. It's not good either.
Actually get a little just noticeably wide. Anybody with a higher intuition automatically knows. He comes over and he puts his right hand on your left shoulder, Tab, and he says, I may have actually underestimated you. And he walks away. He walks back and he shows you his back again. He says, yes, it's true. In my searches, I have found out that Clan Aqaba has apparently had some of the longest running fights against these vampires and Dracula directly. He says they've actually succeeded in defeating them before. I don't know nearly enough about what these people can do, but if I can gather enough of them together, find out what they do know, what is going on, maybe, just maybe, I would actually have my own army against these vampires. Maybe they're immune to vampirism. I don't know. But I'm impressed. And this is where he turns in and looks you back in the eye again, Tab. He says, but I am impressed, Tab Cannon. I may actually have use for someone like you in my organization if you ever get tired of, and he looks over at Doug, Leo, working for others.
Well, that's ridiculous. First off, you're creepy.
Ash visibly eases down. Like, he's been slowly getting more and more hunched as this conversation has been going on, and he just immediately eases down.
Why? What happened?
At what broadcast said. He was actually really worried for a second.
Oh, gotcha. You were getting ready to light him up. Traitor!
No, I've got a job. I'm a Hunts Point hero here. That's what I'm talking about. These are my brothers. But you're right. I'm awesome. There's no doubt about that. It's very smart. Cunning. It's uncanny, I think. And so that's very perceptive. Can't find. I'm stalling here, Leo. We got him right. Is he? Did he? I didn't catch that. Cult. Bad guys doesn't have an army.
Clan of Aqaba.
Clan of Aqaba.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to the private channel. Does the vibranium in the room? I can't record anything, but can I communicate?
Sound
Can I
powers
use my?
Do not work.
So I'm powerless.
Neutralized.
You're
Got the
immortal.
dampeners on right now.
You're immortal with pretty good physical stats.
So I'm staring at you, Leo, right? And they're like, what? Okay. Well, I look at Marley.
Well, he said he wanted. You said you wanted to work with us. What do we need to do? Do you know where this Dracula is going to be, or what? Is there any?
I'm too flattered to make a decision.
Methods any
where was
plan you have?
Where was he woken up from? Where's his lair?
his castle back in Transylvania. Hydra apparently went there. What's left of Hydra after the Hydra Captain America situation, Secret Empire. So, but apparently most of those were killed.
So
you can.
Yeah, but I think we saw him. I think we saw him here in town. I think he's in town.
Yeah,
he is. But whoever hired him, like I said, my feelings.
Whoa, who hires Dracula? You don't hire Dracula. Is that a thing?
And I thought you said it was the Kingpin.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Whoever hired these people whoever hired Hydra to awaken Dracula, and my feelings are that it's Fisk. Madam Hydra, the Viper, was directly involved. So she would know exactly who hired her.
Oh, it's big, guys.
It is.
This one goes right to the top.
But my thing is, like, what? Okay, you wake Dracula up, and he either thanks you or murders you or both.
Sure.
What entices Dracula to come from Transylvania to New York is my thing, and get involved in this. What do they have that he wants bad enough to act like a lackey? Because Dracula really is not lackey material.
Good question.
5 karma for that.
It's a good question.
We're gonna cut a deal with Dracula next.
Yeah, he's a businessman. He's a business vampire. That's what kind of vampire he is.
He's actually just a lawyer.
So what you're asking what their plan is? He says, I genuinely don't know. Not the easiest thing in the world to answer with that.
So Madam Hydra doesn't sound like someone we're going to be able to get at particularly easily.
Oh no, she's in, and here's where I was going to get Doug. Madripoor.
See, we should have just. We can still use those tickets, guys. They had
Hey, you still got those tickets?
Yes, I do. Can't cancel
You
tickets.
still got your Lean Cuisine box tops? The Swanson dinners, you said.
Get your Lean Cuisine bass tops, Tab Cannon.
Oh my God.
Was
she in Madripoor before?
As a sponsor, it's Swanson, if you're watching. We're a great bunch of guys.
We're gonna get so rich. It's crazy.
Who knew hero could be so lucrative?
Any minute now.
I'm actually losing money on this bet.
These are like they're going to be the worst costumes. They're going to look like NASCAR outfits.
Swanson.
Whatever it takes. Well, I guess we got a plane to catch.
Yep.
So we're gonna go fight Hydra now.
In Madripoor.
Yeah. And do some team building.
Yes.
And,
they do have zip
and,
lines.
hit the spa.
Have you guys considered that this guy might just be trying to get us out of his way?
That's ridiculous.
Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he want any help he could with this particular problem? Dracula seems like an implacable foe.
Can we do the
I
thing?
know. I want to get rid of him.
We're gonna go like huddle in.
Listen, Nefaria. If you are trying to trick us, look, we don't like undead. Clearly your criminal activities. We are not. But like Tab said, it's a freaking undead monstrosity, man. Like we can trade blows in the streets after all this is blown over, but we just literally
and you've talked to
help.
Montana. We can get dark if we need to.
Yeah.
He says he actually chuckles at that. He says, I've given you 2 choices or 2 suggestions. One is to go directly to Fisk. The other one is to prove that it's Fisk or not by going to Madam Hydra. Do what you wish.
I like that proof one.
I like that
tropical
one too.
island.
You gotta make it. Yeah, we got to take a trip, and we gotta make it stick. We gotta make sure the DA can make a case.
Yeah, clearly Fisk has the ADA in his pocket.
It's going to be a business write-off if we take this trip.
Let's see, Marley, this is why the Emerald Archers War Pigs, why the Emerald War Pigs are making so much money.
I know he's got a keen mind.
Marley, don't let that red mohawk and tattered outfit fool you. Betrays a keen business mind.
Mm-hmm. That's what we can bring to the table, Nefaria. Lasers, keen business mind, and the willingness to travel to exotic tropical locales.
And burn them down.
Yeah.
Burn them down.
If need be.
Underwood, I don't think that the dog is going to be allowed in. Like that's like a check right at the gate. Sorry.
Check your dog at the gate.
But anyways,
They have a dog check.
if you guys are finished now, and believe me, you are, run off. Do your heroing thing.
I'm gonna walk out before he's finished talking.
Nice one. Take 5. It says, yeah, and take your rats with you. One of them left a pellet. Like he actually steps on it from in the chat.
You want to tell me which one it was so I can feed him a little extra tonight? Over my shoulders, I'm on my way out.
Oh man.
All right, heading out.
Fan pack, which includes a copy of Tab Sings, a copy of Tab Cooks, and a free sticker.
He just kind of looks at this.
Enjoy.
I'm a little jealous. I don't think I ever got one.
Don't let the vampires bite you in the ass.
So Leo, do you have a private jet? Are we taking your jet?
Yeah, I would love to be able to have I mean, I would imagine it's not that out of the ordinary. I mean, I do have
Make it
quite good resources.
I'll tell you what. Since you guys haven't really done too many rolls today, and you do love your rolls,
I do.
So owning your own private jet. Let's make that an.
I mean, a mixtape for a trip.
Let's make that an incredible resource check to own your own private jet.
So Incredibles are yellow?
Exactly. So you have to make a yellow feat.
I gotta get.
And we'll be talking about intensity feat rolls in my next episode of Face Rip Explained.
Are you adding karma?
No, I'm not going to add karma because I want to see if I would really have it, and if not, we'll just play around. I'm sure I can at least have the money to charter a jet. I'm not going to fly coach or anything. And I got a 85, which is yellow.
Yeah, you're golden. That's all you needed.
Yeah, literally.
No swag or anything. Just,
Yeah. Yeah.
You're used to leading the 1% life, so you're literally like, when everybody gets in the jet, you guys are like, listen guys, I know it's not much, and everybody's thinking like you're a total jerk, but you're actually genuine. Like, I was planning on doing some redecoration, seriously.
It's like everybody's first plane,
Yeah, you went with the Gulfstream 5.
Yeah.
You didn't go with the Gulfstream 6, even though it has the minibar. And
I was just easing into it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's smart.
We'll pick up with that in the next episode. All right, guys. Karma. I'm going to say that for dealing with Count Nefaria and pretty much everybody standing his ground, everybody, like not cowtailing, I'm going to give everybody 40 karma points. Besides the spurious bits here and there that everybody got for cracking joke.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I didn't get a hey out of that guy.
Little bastard.
Okay, so what do we need? We need to pick someone from the chat. And
so how much karma does everybody want to give to the chat? Let's start with Doug.
I really wasn't paying super duper close attention, but I will give 15 points to them.
15 is good. Okay.
Yeah, that's my
Next up, I see Travis.
I'm going to give them 18 points because it's 2018 and I'm feeling saucy. And I want them all to know how much we appreciate them watching this fine program. You guys are awesome.
Right.
Rat or man or whatever beast ye may be.
Don't forget the dog and the crow.
And all the puppies and
crow.
Birds and all God's creatures, big and small, in the chat. We salute you.
And how about Megan?
Always 25. These are my people, and they do good by me, so I'm going to do good by them.
All right. So also a lot of interaction in the chat with Megan. You were like literally playing 2 games at the same time. Take an extra 15 karma. Doug, excuse me, Dave.
Pays to play. I'm going to round it out with 12 karma.
No, I had a feeling somebody was going to do either 12 or 22.
Yeah.
Freaking Travis. All right.
It's New Year's Day.
I think I'm getting a message now from Brandon. 20.
We're a transmission from Brandon.
Yeah.
All the way from War Eagle Keep.
So I guess it's time to start voting, man.
That's right.
Who's forging a sword? That's who I'm voting for. Whoever.
Me too. Yeah, me too. Jack Frost.
Jack Frost is forging a sword. I'm going there.
Jack
my
Frost
vote.
nipping at my nuts.
Samurai Jack Frost.
Or Montana's.
Been waiting to make that joke for about an
A
hour.
lot of good moments tonight.
So, Meg, you're also for Jack Frost?
Yeah, let's go ahead and make it unanimous.
It is pretty unanimous. Like, Doug, are you saying also?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because Brandon, who doesn't need to make a tie vote, he already voted for Jack Frost.
Hey, there they are. Those are our people.
Leader.
Yeah.
Listen to them.
So in the chat. So Jack Frost, make sure you get in contact with Dave.
Email nerdarchy@gmail.com.
There you go, nerdarchy@gmail.com. If you've already got in contact with Dave, then you already have my email, in which case, get over to me. Literally just cavemansmuse@gmail.com. One word, cavemansmuse.
Huh.
What?
Nerdarchy Marvel Face Rip was recorded in front of a live studio audience.
That's great.
Sit, Ubu, sit.
So, you got anything else for us?
So
A Mark 7 production.
I think that's pretty much it. I do not have anything for the end of this particular episode, so like that's it. And,
I just want to thank everyone for hanging out, and of course, Bill for running things. You guys
Let's hear it for us, huh?
Yeah, the
I feel
chat
good
was
about us tonight.
was amazing. Brandon, War Eagle Keep in the background, awesome.
Brandon,
We've struggled with internet issues in the past, and tonight the stream has been strong the whole way
strong.
through. So hopefully, whatever magic he worked over there, white or black, it worked. Keep up the voodoo, Brandon. And if you gotta sacrifice those chickens, sacrifice them. So until next time, guys, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
I went to end it, but there's nothing to do on my end.
Good night, everybody.